Good morning, friends. So, we're discussing Mulk Raj Anand's story, The Barbers Trade Union. In my first lecture, I have given you an elaborate, a detailed introduction of Mulk Raj Anand, that he is a most prominent, prolific Indian writer, Anglo-Anglican writer, yeah, Indo-English writers. You know that Indo-English writer uh, is a is a name given to writers group who were born, who belong to India, but they choose to write in English. So that is the main thing, and that shows our superiority also, that we have made a command over that language, which our rulers used to it. So in this lecture, I am going to discuss in detail the story of the Barbers Trade Union. Now, the story revolves, moves around the character of Chandu, who was a barber's boy. He created a history by denying the elders of the society to work according to their wishes. In those days, it was a tradition that the barbers used to go to the elders of the society to do their work, for example, for shaving and hair cutting. They do not come to their shop, but the barbers go to their houses, and many times they have to wait, and they face many kind of insults in that work. After his father's death, he learned to work independently. When his father died, he started working independently. He was very ambitious from the young age. The Chandu, the character, the main hero of the story, he was very ambitious, full of action. He was greatly impressed by Kalan Khan, a dentist of the town. When he went to the town and he saw a dentist, Kalan Khan, he was very much impressed by his work. He was greatly fascinated by his manners and professional skills. He was impressed, he was influenced by Kalan Khan of his professional skills. He used to unfold his leather bag in stylish manners to bring out shining steel instruments, because he was a dentist. He has many instruments, so he very politely or very clinically he draws out his instruments. Now, when the elders and when he was very much impressed. So one day he dressed up in the uniform and the dress of Kalan Khan and went around the village. So the people felt very insulted. People became very angry upon him that he belonged to a lower caste. How he could wear such a dress? So the insult of the elders changed Chandu's life entirely. When he was insulted by the elders, it disturbs Chandu entirely. He thought of his hereditary work, such as haircut, shaving, etc., to be carried out in a new way. When the village elders insulted him, he made a plan that he would start his work in a new way. He had also learned from his father to treat pimples, boils, pimples, the points which used to happen on the face, pimples, and boils, the points, and the marks of cuts on the face. So he knew these kind of things from his father. Therefore, one day he dressed up himself in a white turban, a white rubber coat, and a pair of pumps, holding a leather bag in his hand over his shoulder. Just like a doctor, he wore a dress, a white dress with a turban, and went around the village over his shoulder. He went to the Jagirdar house. In his new dress, he was looked like a Padri Sahab, like a priest he was looking for the mission school. The arrogant landlord Vijay Chand and the Sahukar, the Sahukar, the person who gives the money on rent and gives other work, were shocked by his new appearance. They refused Chandu to apply their hands over them. They refused that. They would not allow him to make him shave or haircut. Although they do not realize this fact that they need the barber boys and not the barber needs to them. They considered it a great sin. They called his mother and said him that he has spoiled his son. They also called the meeting of the elders and declared Chandu a rogue. Rogue means a wicked man. That he is not behaving properly, he is behaving rudely. They also called his mother and accused him of spoiling the son. So this event really and very much shocked Chandu. Chandu was greatly disturbed by this incident. He decided to teach a lesson to the elders of the society. He made up his mind that he would teach a lesson. He discussed this matter with his friend, the narrator, who is the writer, and asked him to remain silent for a few days. In between, he met all the barbers within a range of 7 miles from his village. And what made up his plan? That he said that he would not go for shaving and haircutting to the elder's house. And what happened that when many days passed and Chandu didn't go to their houses, their face become very dirty, and the landlord's wife threatened to run away because he was looking very shabby, very dirty without shaving. So this kind of things developed in the village, and Chandu wanted this to happen, that they realized that they need the barbers, not the barbers needed them, because Chandu can go to another town to earn his money. But it is very difficult for the elders to go every day or alternate days to other town for this only work of shaving and haircutting. So Chandu also met the other barbers within the miles, within the range of 7 miles. He looked in confidence Dhunnu and proposed a new idea to his cousin, the barber of Varka. So he was a very intelligent boy, Chandu. He made contacts, relationship with other barbers and discussed the matter with them. He convinced them that it was time for the elders of the village that they should come to their shop for shaving and haircutting, rather than they should dance according to their whims or instructions. In other words, that now it is time that if they need shaving or haircutting, they should come to their shops. Instead of that, we should go to their houses and wait and waste our time. And in this way, he formed a union of Rajkot District's Barbers Brothers Association. And it was followed by many other trade unions of working men. So, in this way, Chandu was able to make a union, and this event motivated other professional workers to make a union, so that they could stand unitedly against any kind of exploitation. So in this way, the story reveals the evils of caste system prevalent in India before independence, because our society has this kind of evil. It has divided the society between two blocks. The caste system has divided the society into two blocks. On the one side were the upper class such as Jagirdar, landlord, Sahukar, etc. On the other side, there were people like Chandu, Dhunnu, who did some menial work, some labor work. But after independence, people became aware of their rights. As soon as we became independent, people become aware. And you know that Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation, also started a movement against untouchables, against this caste system. The new generation to which Chandu belonged was not ready to follow the example of his forefathers, and they revolted against discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, and religion. Anand has presented the emergence, the rising, emergence, the rising, and aspiration means desires of this new class realistically, very factually in this story. So that after independence, the people became aware of their rights and they started raising voice against any kind of exploitation. And Mulk Raj Anand has beautifully portrayed the aspirations and their efforts of this rising class, is rising middle class, or so you can say the rising lower class, the people who did all kind of menial labor works, but they showed their importance to the upper class, that they are also important in the society. I hope that you would enjoy the story, and this happens everywhere. If you found any kind of discrimination around you, so you should also make a noise, make a stand, and do something collectively, so that nowhere exploitation can take place. I hope that you will enjoy the story. Thank you.